Alright you guys, so welcome back to my channel. I know you guys have been waiting for this video, and it's my blush collection. I swear y'all, I get so many comments on it every single day about like, Chi, when are you gonna do your blush collection? When are you gonna show us all the blushes you have? So I felt so bad. I was like, let me go ahead and do this video quick before y'all come get me. Okay, so I do have a lot of blushes in front of me, and I do want to point out that if it looks super dark, you guys, I swear this daylight savings is just crazy. It's only 3 o'clock right now and it looks so dark outside. Like, I don't understand. But besides that, I do have my blush collection in front of me. So if you guys are interested to see the products I do have, make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, and let's jump right into a video. Now, before we go ahead and jump right into a video, I do want to point out that me personally, I feel like there's so many blushes out there that I still want to pick up from NARS, and so many other brands out there. So this collection is my staple so far, but trust me, y'all, there's still a lot that I do want to pick up. So keep that in mind. But going into the blushes, I do want to go ahead and break them down for you guys into categories because I wanted it to be easier for you guys to maneuver and write down what you need and all of that. So the first group or category actually is like your deep pink category. This is very popular for me because I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blushes in this category. So y'all know I love my pinky, like mauve type of shades. So in no specific order, the first one I do have is a NYX Baked Blush Illuminator plus Bronzer Blush. This one is called their Ignite / Passion Blush, which I've had for a couple years now, but y'all, I am still obsessed with it because it is so beautiful on the skin, especially chocolate skin. It is just beautiful. Okay, so let me give y'all a swatch of this because you just have to see what it looks like on the skin. But to me, honestly, I will say it's more of like that orangey pinky blush, but nonetheless it's still more pink than anything, but it has a nice shimmer to it. But once you go ahead and put it on your cheeks, y'all, I am telling you, you're gonna be obsessed with it. Especially if you do love shimmer blushes, this one is for you. The next one I do have from NYX is their NYX powder blush. I have it in the shade Dusty Rose, and this one is also one of my favorites, clearly because y'all can see I hit pan in it. But this blush, y'all, I love the formula because it is not too powdery on the skin. It's more like a very, how do I say this? It feels like a wet blush almost. I don't know if that makes sense because it is not super powdery at all. Very creamy to the point where I can't even swatch it for you guys because it doesn't like apply like a powder, if that makes sense. But this is a shade right here, as y'all can see. It's super light, but you can go ahead and build it up. And I will show you what it looks like on the back of my finger in case you are interested as well. But it's so pretty and it's not too pink because when it comes to my blushes, I don't love like a bright pink. With this one, it's very subtle and you can definitely take your time and build it up. So now moving on to e.l.f. This blush, y'all, has been one of my top contenders. Okay, it is so beautiful on the skin. I actually got this randomly from Target one day. I was just like, let me just buy it because it is your typical mauve color, but I just never seen this with e.l.f. ever. I don't know why, I just never saw this shade, and it's in the shade Always Spicy. But this is so beautiful, you guys. Let me show you what it looks like up close. Absolutely beautiful. I love this formula because it is so soft, but it's super pigmented at the same time. And ooh, y'all, look at this. Okay, look at this. I'm telling you right now, when it comes to swatches, the swatches are a little bit different than what it will look like on your cheeks, of course. But I do want to give you guys a good idea of what they look like swatch. And it's just, you guys, this shade is so nice. I wear it every single day almost. Like, it's almost my default blush at this point because I can't get enough of it. So let's see. The next one I do have is a Shea Moisture Mineral Blush in their shade Sand. And to be honest, I'm not sure if they still have this out there just because I feel like they stopped, their makeup collection. It used to be in Ulta, but now I don't see it anywhere. So I'm not sure if it's out there. But this is what it looks like up close. It's a very mauve blush, but it still has a hint of purple in there as well. It does remind me of MAC Raizin, which is why I got it because it was almost like a dupe. Okay, so let me swatch this for y'all. And I love this shade on the cheeks, you guys. It really is very close to the e.l.f. blush that I just showed you, and also MAC Raizin as well. Okay, so next one I do have is a Fenty Beauty Cream Blush, and this one is in the shade Summertime Wine. This blush, you guys know when it comes to her cheeks out cream blushes, I love them so much. They look so beautiful on the skin, you guys. They give you a nice glow to the skin. When you wear this, you don't need highlighter at all, trust me. But this shade in Summertime Wine, y'all, I mean, it looks super pink, but I do apply with a sponge, so when you share it out, it doesn't look as pink, but it gives you a nice flush on the face. And also when it comes to this blush, the reason why I love it is because you can go ahead and apply it on top of your foundation, and it doesn't take away from your foundation, it doesn't remove it or anything like that. It just melts into the skin, you guys. Like, it is one of the best blushes out there I have tried this year. I highly recommend it. And the last three that I have in this category is actually from MAC, and I have one of the wrong shades in here, so give me a second. And the first one I do have, it's a MAC Raizin blush, of course. You guys, it's funny because I have had this for like 3 years now, maybe even 4. I hope it's not 4, but I've had it for a long time, and it still hasn't put a dent in it. But nonetheless, you guys, this is such a staple in every single person's collection out there. I swear, if you don't have MAC Raizin, I don't know what you're doing. But it is the best mauve pinky deep rose shade out there. So beautiful. And I love MAC blushes because they really do last all day on the skin. Let me wipe the other blush off, but they do last all day on the skin, and honestly, you don't have to worry about it coming off or anything like that. It just stays put. So this is what it looks like on the skin swatched. But I'm sure you guys already know about this blush, but it's just so pretty, you guys. It's so beautiful. Highly recommend this one. And also sticking with MAC, I do have their Amber and Rose blush, which, you know, funny enough, I had this for about, I want to say 2 years now, actually. And I didn't realize how beautiful this blush is because when it came to shimmers, I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of shimmer blushes out there, so I didn't pick this up at first. But when I'm telling you, it looks so nice on the skin because MAC blushes aren't too shimmery, okay? I don't want glitter on my face. I just want a little bit of glow, and that's it. And this is what it gives you for sure. So this is Amber and Rose next to MAC Raizin, and y'all can tell it doesn't look glittery or anything like that. It just gives you a nice, you know, glow to the face, of course. Now this next category is one of my favorites, and it's the nude category because I didn't realize when it came to chocolate skin that we actually have nude blushes out there. It just hit me probably this year. But the first one I do want to talk about is the Cheeks Out from Fenty Beauty Rose Latte blush, which is my absolute favorite blush out there, you guys, because it really is a nudie brownie pinky blush. It's so hard to describe, but you just have to go ahead and pick it up for yourself and see what it looks like in person. But of course, let me give y'all a swatch of this. And even looking at my fingers, y'all can tell it is not your typical pink blush or even, you know, berry blush. It's just an in-between blush, and it looks so good on the skin, you guys. But of course on camera it does pull a little bit more pink, but when you do share it out, it has a nice tint of brown to it, you guys. Highly recommend this one. Is one of my favorites actually out of my whole collection. The next one I do have is a MAC Format blush, and this is a shimmery blush, but it's funny because it doesn't look like that in the pan, but y'all can tell it has a nice glow to it as well. And let me give you guys a swatch of it, of course. But this one is one of my favorites. Like, look at it, you guys. Like, oh, it's just a brownie, just chocolate blush, you guys. Like, I cannot wait to come out with blushes because I think y'all gonna get excited. But I just know the colors out there that we need, okay? We need some oranges, some browns, like reds, all of that. But this is one of my favorites, of course. Hopefully y'all can see this on camera. But this is a true nude blush because y'all can see it has a hint of brown in there, but when I go back and forth like this, it has a nice glow to it as well. Like these two, y'all, like out of my whole collection, I will say these two are probably my favorite. So of course I couldn't do this video without my orange blushes. I feel like when it comes to orange blushes, They make me so happy. They get me excited. You know, like I cannot get enough of orange blushes. You know, if I see an orange blush, 10 times out of 10, I'm going to go ahead and get it because I just need it. So going into this, the first one I do want to mention is a Sleek Makeup blush in the shade Sahara. This is my first orange blush that I ever purchased, and y'all can tell because I hit pan in it, but it's that peachy orangey shade, and it's so beautiful, you guys. I love this so much. I believe they used to only have this in London, I believe, on their website, but I do think they have it elsewhere, but I'm just not sure. But this one, you guys, is so beautiful because it's an orange blush, but it's not too orange, okay? So if you don't want a super orange blush, I think this is the next best one to pick up. The next one I do have is a Sephora Colorful Blush in the shade Hot Flush. And this one I use as a topper blush because it does have a little bit of shimmer in there, as y'all can tell. But how I use this is I go ahead and apply an orange blush all over my cheeks, and then I take this and kind of sweep it right where I apply my highlighter, and it just looks so good together. But let me apply it onto the back of my hand so y'all can see what I'm talking about. But this shade, you guys, you can kind of use it as a highlighter because of the glow it has, but going back and forth, y'all can just tell, okay? Like on the cheeks, it looks so good. Now, out of all the orange blushes I own, I will say the Makeup Forever blush. I always forget the name of it. I don't know why, because they use letters and numbers when they name their products, so I will put it on the screen. But this blush is my absolute favorite orange blush out there, okay? I just don't think a lot of blushes compete with this one because it is just your orangey blush that you just need in your collection. Like, don't even argue with me. Go ahead to Sephora.com, put it in your cart, and purchase it right now. All right, so let me show you guys what it looks like. Sorry y'all, I'm so excited for this video because I just realized I really love blush. Like, it makes me so happy to talk about. But y'all can see that it has a little bit of pink in here, almost a little bit of pink, but it's more so very orange on the cheeks. But on chocolate skin tones, y'all, I'm telling you right now, you need this because it looks so beautiful. Every time I do wear this, people always ask me what I'm wearing on my cheeks, and it's typically the shade right here. Now, the last one I do have is a Fenty Beauty Cheeks Out cream blush in the shade Fuego Flush. And to be honest, this is more so like a highlighter on the skin. It's not really a blush, but of course I had to include it because they do name it, you know, their Cheeks Out cream blush. But this one is so nice, you guys. I love wearing this or pairing this with an orange blush because it does have that hue, that tone in there. And nonetheless, when you do swatch it as well, y'all can see it does have those orangey vibes to this. So how I use this is I go ahead and apply where I would apply my highlighter, and just this and another orange blush together, y'all. Like, so beautiful. But let me swatch it on the back of my hand so y'all can see. Now imagine this on your cheeks all over, okay? It's just something you need, all right? And I recently just got this. I don't know why, because when this first came out, everybody was going crazy over this color, and I'm the last person to pick it up, but I will say it is worth the hype. Okay, so time for some liquid blushes, and I will say when Rare Beauty came out with their liquid blush, I instantly became obsessed, okay? So Fenty Beauty put me onto cream blushes, and then Rare Beauty put me onto liquid blushes, and these, y'all, are bomb. I have the shade Love and also Grateful as well. And let me go ahead and swatch Love for you because it's a very unique shade. When you first look at it, you think, it's probably a little bit orange, a little bit brown, a little bit, you know, red, but it just has all these colors in there, and I think that's why it intrigues a lot of people because it's so unique and different. Like, when you look at it, you don't know what category to put this in because it has a little bit of every single color out there, but nonetheless, you guys, this on the cheeks is so nice, and I love the shade on chocolate skin tones, you guys. It looks really, really good. The next one I do have is Grateful, and Grateful, this one, all right, like this one, when I saw it online, I thought it was a red blush, but when you do swatch it, it kind of reminds me of a hot pink blush, but at the same time it has a lot of red in there as well. It's just a very unique shade also, as y'all can see. But when I tilt it down, it kind of gives you like a hot pink vibe, but I cannot wait to wear this shade in the springtime because I feel like a spring lip, and then also this shade as well on my cheeks. I'm telling y'all, I can't wait. So actually we only have a couple more blushes left, but one of them that I do want to mention is the MAC Film Noir blush. Okay, this one is a very unique shade. It's a deep purple shade, and I will say online it does look like a chocolate shade, but trust me, when you do swatch it, it is a deep purple blush. But nonetheless, I think this is perfect for when you do go ahead and contour your cheeks because of the color it is. All right, so y'all can see right here swatched, but when I put it on the back of my hand, it's a very deep contour shade, but I think it's still super pretty. You know, you just have to know how to work with it. As y'all can see, if you do go overboard with this, I will say it's hard to kind of remove, because when I first got this, I was like, ooh, I'm so excited, let me go ahead and apply it all over. I'm telling y'all, it is super pigmented. But on the other hand, I will say if you do know how to work with this blush, you're absolutely gonna love it. So this is a very unique one. If you want to try it out, make sure you pick it up, because I do think it's a staple in the collection when it comes to contouring your face. But the last two that I do have for you guys are blush palettes. The first one I do want to mention is a BH Cosmetics Vanilla Cherry Truffle palette. And this one, you guys, I just fell in love with it when I first opened it. Okay, it has your very deep, you know, berry shade, a light pink shade, a nude shade, and a peachy shade. I was about to say pink, but this is a peachy shade up there. Y'all just look at the palette. Okay, it is just, it's beautiful. When they sent me this, I opened it up, and first off, you can smell how good it smells, because it has like a pastry candy smell to it. It smells so good. But then when I saw the shades, I was like, all right, you sold me. All right, but let me stop talking too much and show you guys what these shades look like. I am telling you, they're super pigmented. Okay, so a little bit goes a long way. You really don't need too much when it comes to this palette. So y'all can see the shades right there. And this one, of course, is my favorite. I have been using this one often, and then also this one, of course. But these are super pigmented, very creamy and buttery. I do highly recommend this one. All right, so last but not least, I do have the Anastasia Beverly Hills blush kit, and I got it in the shade Gradient. When I first got this, you guys, I was completely obsessed. I literally used it every single day. And funny enough, it still doesn't have a dent in it. I don't know why, but I've had it for about 3 years now, and I still love it because it has all the shades you ever need. It does have like that nudie shade right there, a peachy shade, this gray contour shade, which I never use because I just feel like when it comes to contouring my skin, gray is just not the color I would use, but it still works nonetheless. And then also they do have a purple blush shade as well. So let me give you guys a good swatch of all four, so y'all can get a good idea of it. And I will say they do have this in Marshalls as well if you do want to save a little bit of money. So they do have that in there. And y'all bear with me because I am not the best at swatching today, okay? I don't know what's going on, but y'all can see all the shades right there. They're super buttery, super creamy. They last all day on the cheeks. I just feel like, you know, if you don't want to buy a bunch of single blushes, this palette is for you, and I think you'll love it as well. But that was my whole entire blush collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I actually had a lot of fun filming it because when it comes to blush, it's just, I don't know, I love all the colors. I love the way it makes you look. It pulls everything together as well. So I think you guys will love what I showed you today. So with that being said, make sure you go ahead and let me know some of your favorites down below. But I love you guys so much. Make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one.